Hey guys, just want to talk to you guys about some routine scheduled maintenance that can happen for properties wintertime, and that is freezing pipes and winterization of your vacant properties. Sounds really simple. Idea is, basically if you've got vacant properties during winter months where it's getting cold below freezing, obviously you want to work on making sure that those properties are winterized. A lot of management agreements have thresholds for maintenance, and or they've got emergency related issues or uh, uh, conditions for what's supposed to take place at the property. And one of the things we do in our office is we make sure that we know every single property that's vacant, and that's kind of a always evolving list. With move outs, with evictions, with tenants that have abandoned properties, just things like that. The list is not just a stagnant list, and we want to make sure that we've got vendors lined up that know how to properly winterize properties. One of the things that we found over the years is we used to manage Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac properties, and they had a very specific standard on how things were supposed to be winterized in properties, because they've learned the lessons through tens of thousands, if not millions, of homes across the nation and through time. And what we found is that even the most licensed and up-to-date plumber did not know how to properly winterize a property. So we took some of the standards from Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and we adapted them to our areas, and some of the things that we've learned along our time frame. And we had to get our vendors to acknowledge that that was the standard and that was the process, and then give us pricing related to that. We've also gone back and confirmed that the vendors are doing it the way they're supposed to be doing it, by basically spot checking properties. And something else that we've learned along our time frame is that you can basically have a vendor winterize a property, but if it's not de-winterized, so basically if it's not, the vendor doesn't go back and unwinterize the property, if it's not done properly, whoever specifically turns the water on could have a very difficult time proving that the property was properly winterized. So what I mean by that is you have vendor A go out to a property to winterize the property, and they put labels on everything. They say they blew out the lines. They say that, let's say one of the issues was to drain a water heater, if that's what you have on the list, and clear all the lines. Well, they say they did all that. They've labeled it. They've marked it all up. And if you have somebody else, let's say Joe Schmo tenant, moves into the property and they just go out to the street and they basically crack the water, turn it on full blast, or the water company come out, turn the water on full blast. What you end up with is you end up with a situation where the vendor A, who winterized the property, would say that basically the person who unwinterized it did not de-winterize the property properly, thus causing the breaks in the line or what have you that cause property damage. So one of the things that we've done is we include not only the winterization of the property, but also the de-winterization of the property. So if there are any breaks in the line or any issues with the winterization of the property, that contractor would be held fully liable for the handling of the winterization and de-winterization of the property, because they handled 100% of the process, and there would be no blame to be put on anybody else. It's a sticky situation. but we dealt with that years ago, and basically it came down to the contractor A and their insurance company would not accept blame for the improper winterization of the property. And long story short, how we have come to a resolution is to basically have contractor A that winterizes it also de-winterize the property when you've got a new tenant moving in. So there's basically one throat to choke there. So hope you guys find this helpful, and have a good one.